Hi guys, welcome back to Harry Makes Up. Today I've got a very special guest and I'm really excited to have Carrie from wishwishwish.net in the studio today with me at Harry Makes Up. So without further ado, we're going to do her signature look, which is a really classic, kind of easy to wear statement red lip with a classic liner. So stay tuned to get the look. So I'm going to start off on Carrie's skin with a little bit of the Clarins Instant Light Eye Perfecting Base. This is a really nice base primer as well to put eyeshadow on top of, but I think if you're doing kind of feline flick, it's nice just to clear anything off the eyelids if there's any kind of fatigue. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on my finger and I'm just going to pop that over the lid. This is a product I've been really enjoying using at the minute. It's so easy to use and it works on most skin tones. And there's no shimmer in it either, so it just clears the eyelid. Take it a little bit into the inside of the eye as well. So you're a big lover of red lips, aren't you, Carrie? That's something that you're definitely... What's your kind of go-to red lip? Who's your sort of, what are your favourites?
I always use the Sephora
I think that's so popular, isn't it, amongst the bloggers and the YouTubers?
I think it's just so easy to apply. I can have it out with me and I'm not worried about...
You trust it's going to be there still.
Exactly, and it's going to stay on.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan.
It's a good purchase. I always pick it up every time I go to Paris.
Yeah, that's it. When I was in Barcelona recently, I brought a few. Have you tried number 3, the pinky one? That's really nice. It's like a pinky red.
I've got 3 shades, but I'm not sure which ones they are. But
yeah, I think
I have that one.
It's really good. So I'm just going to groom Carrie's brows. And a product I've been really enjoying using at the minute is the Soap and Glory. And it is called, I think it's their Archery pencil, and it's really, really similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is about double the price of this. So definitely give this a try. It's limited in colours, that's the only thing I would say. But if you've got kind of brunette hair or blonde hair, one of these should work really well. So you can see the spoolie is exactly the same as Anastasia Brow Wiz, and even the nozzle is kind of really, really similar. So, I mean, it's literally the same packaging with different writing. I'm just going to kind of work with what's already there on Carrie's brow. She's got a really nice shape. And I'm just feathering through little strokes, just if there's any little gaps. And like I said, I think this is just as good as the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's more, the only problem you'd have, I think, is if you had more red hair or you wanted to find a really, really light colour or a really, really dark colour. And I'm just pulling it out a little bit at the side just to lengthen. So for Carrie's flick, I'm going to use the Maybelline gel liner, which I think is a really, really good quality one actually for a drugstore price. So I'm just going to go in with a Zoeva brush, and this is the wing liner brush. I think if you find it difficult to do liquid liner or gel liner, this brush definitely makes that a little bit easier because you can just use a slant just to mimic where you're going to place kind of the flick shape and then join it up. So it's definitely a little bit easier if you find that tricky. So we recently worked together on a cover shoot for You magazine, didn't we, Carrie?
We did.
That was where we met, and everyone had some very nice clothes.
Yeah.
So you had amazing hair, didn't you, for that shoot, Carrie? I hope you had a massive beehive.
It was absolutely huge. It was like the biggest beehive I'd ever had. I actually slept in it that night.
The whole night, and then
the next day just kind of
into place.
Yeah, just moulded it into shape, and it was a slightly messier beehive.
But that's still quite a good look. I like that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. No, it was really nice. I'll pop a picture as well, guys, of the cover shoot that we did. I'll pop that either on the screen now or a link in the description box as well. So what I like to do when I'm doing it on someone else, I prefer if they look straight ahead, and then if you follow that line underneath, depending on the shape you want to make. So we're just going to do quite a nice kind of classic flick. So I'm just going to use the brush, and you guys have probably seen me do this millions of times because I do like a flick myself. So then you've got your line where you're going to join it up to. So as soon as you've done that, you can just imagine you're kind of mapping it back up, and you can either go all the way across from halfway, depending on your eye shape. If you've got smaller eyes, probably better to go from halfway and just do a thinner line. But I think we're going to go quite dramatic. We're going to do so close your eyes for me, Carrie. So I just start pressing it in along the lash line first, and again, this is a good way to kind of map it out with sort of less product on your brush. So I'm just going to give myself a rough idea before I fill it in how that shape's going to look. So again, you can see even that's kind of like an outline. That's a good way just to get a good idea of your shape. So I'm just going to fill that in more. So close me, Carrie. So make sure you push the product right into the lash root as well. Definitely needs to be a good solid black line, whether it's thick or thin. I always think as well, the black flick and a red line is such a nice classic look. And it kind of goes with everything, doesn't it, Carrie? It's quite a good sort of suit all kind of look. And I think you can dress it down or have it quite casual as well. Like
Exactly.
I
I don't go too crazy with my
Yeah.
makeup. I tend to stick to the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I find this one kind of goes with everything.
Yeah. And make sure it's kind of flattering to the eye shape. I think that's what's really important with a flicked liner. If you're going thick or thin, just make sure it fits with your eye shape. So I'm just taking that liner. If you look down for me, Carrie, I'm just going to take that into this part of the eye, the top waterline. And if you find this too uncomfortable with a gel, you can just use a really good black kohl instead. So for mascara on Carrie, I'm going to use a little bit of the Lash Accelerator Endless Mascara by Rimmel. And it's got quite a nice brush. It's more like a plastic bristle brush, but it does give quite a nice effect at separating the lashes. And it lengthens them quite a lot as well. So if you just look up for me, Carrie, I'm just going to pop this on the bottom lashes. Do you ever wear false lashes, Carrie?
I do for special occasions.
Yeah.
They're not something that I could be bothered to mess around with on
Yeah.
a daily basis, but
Yeah.
but no, on special occasions, or if I'm taking some pictures that I think, okay,
This deserves a lash.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I have got is the new lashes by Tanya Burr, which is the little corner lashes, and I'm always a fan of a corner lash.
yes, no, I agree with you.
With a flick,
Yeah.
it works, doesn't it? So let's pop some of those on as well, because I haven't tried those yet. So we'll give a kind of first impressions as well in the video. So I'm going to take my RMK eyelash curlers and just give Carrie's eyes a little curl. So I'm just going to lift the lash in. Does that feel okay, Carrie? So I'm just going to give a good squeeze so we get a nice lift at the root. I'm going to pop some mascara on first and then put the falsies on the outer corners. So if you look down for me, Carrie, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of this lengthening mascara on. So we're going to try out the Tanya Burr lashes. These are the ones that are called Everyday Flutter, and like you can see, they're a nice little half lash. So I think we both agreed, didn't we, Carrie? We're saying it sometimes is nice with a flick to either have half a lash or a couple of individuals.
Just to add that little bit
Just
extra.
add a little bit of flutter. So I'm going to try Tanya's glue as well, because I am dedicated to Duo Lash Glue, I must say. It is shiny, the glue's actually...
That's amazing.
I'll try and get that in the camera, guys, see if you can see it, but it's like a bluey pink iridescent.
It's like pearlescent kind of.
So that's quite exciting. Well done, Tanya. Never would have thought to have...
It almost looks like it's glow in the dark.
It does! I'm very interested now how this works on the lashes. In a tweezer, and then I'm just going to pop some of that glue off on the back of my hand. So you've got to do the lash dance, you just have to do the 20-second, do the lash dance.
I don't need to dance, I'm dancing anyway.
But you can dance anyway, that's good. That's like his... Yeah. If you're doing it on yourself, you just want to hold the tweezer and then drop it onto the lash. But obviously, because I'm doing it on Carrie, if you turn that way a bit for me, Carrie, and look down. So while you're looking down, I find is easiest, and then you just drop it down, and you just want to kind of wriggle it into the lashes so that you've got a nice, you can see kind of where it's working with your own lashes. And open for me. So we've got a very feline flick going on there now with our lashes, a little whew. So we'll do the same on the other side, so we've got two matching eyes. How do they feel, Carrie?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, they look
I
really
agree
nice.
with you. It's more comfortable to
It
wear
is.
as well.
I think you don't feel like they're on, do you?
Yeah.
It's not. You're not so aware of a big heavy lash, but I think that's a lot to do as well with kind of those gaps in a clear band do make it a lot more comfortable. So the next thing we're going to add to Carrie's trademark look really is your statement red lip, isn't it? And I think lip liner wise, Cherry by MAC is one that I always come back to. It's going to map out a little bit of shape, but I don't want it kind of too ridiculously crisp. I think it is nice having a natural shape that something looks modern. I'm just going to use my finger as well just to kind of start to see the shape that makes and just to soften it into the lip. And also that just kind of pulls some colour into the lip. And I think with a red lip it's nice to see what shape you're making before you kind of commit to it. So then I'm going to go with a lipstick. And I think this is a very you lipstick, Carrie. It's very kind of got that nice vintagey feel.
I like that packaging.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's
pretty.
very like old sort of 30s, 40s glamour. This is by Lipstick Queen, and this lipstick is one of the Velvet Rope edition, and it's in BratPack, and it's a really nice true red. I wouldn't say it's completely matte, it's sort of like a satiny, I think it's a lipstick I'd say is really comfortable to wear. That's probably the best way to describe it. So it's still got that slight 40s sheen about, you know, the sort of Marilyn Monroe 50s feel almost, but it's a really nice colour. I'm going to take a Show Mirror lip brush, and the reason I love this lip brush with lipstick is because of the curved edge. So if you imagine when you're doing a lip, you can literally place it there and you get the same shape that mimics on the lip. Likewise, if you turn it this way, you can just get the exact shape. It's gorgeous colour on Carrie against her blue eyes. I'm going to go for quite a sort of 40s, 50s curved shape, I'd say. But again, you can adapt it to what suits your mouth. So you keep your lips close to me, Carrie. So I'm just going to blot that on once, just to take one layer off. And then what I'm going to do this time is go back in with the cherry pencil again. And I'm just going to use that to kind of go over what we've already done. I think with reds it is quite nice to mix reds together as well. You can almost get your own custom shade. And this is just going to kind of set the lip almost. And I'm just going to clean up the skin a little bit now to finish. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Corrector True Match Concealer by L'Oreal in number 2, which I've really been liking actually. The formula of this is quite liquidy but still nice and buildable. I'm going to use that with a Nars 13 brush, and I'm just going to, if you look up for me, Carrie, I'm just going to put a little bit of that underneath. And it's quite yellow tone, so even if you're pale, I find what's really nice with this is it just really instantly brightens under the eye, and it kind of cancels out any blueness under the eye or any fatigue really, really well. And I'm going to pop that kind of on the outer part of Carrie's cheekbone as well, just so it has a really nice sculpted feel. And just to give a light dusting, just to set the places I want to set, I'm going to use a bit of Soap and Glory, one heck of a blot. So I'm going to use a Japanese art shop brush for that, and I'm just going to pat that on. Knock a little bit off as well. I think with powder, people always mistake how much powder they actually need. It's sort of the first thing that can make makeup look too heavy as soon as you put too much powder on. So just use it where you need it as well. So just a little bit down the middle of the face, a little bit to set under the lips, around the nose. So I'm going to try one of the Naked Urban Decay Flush palettes on Carrie, which is kind of one of these three-way palettes where you've got a bronzer, a blush and a highlighter. But what I'll probably do is just dilute them down a little bit with some powder, because I think they're a bit too strong at the minute. So I'm going to take another Japanese art shop brush, and I'm just going to use a little bit of the highlighter just to bring a little more of the features forward. So I'm going to take a little bit of that down the bridge of the nose. I'm going to turn that way for me, Carrie. I'm going to take that on the cheekbone, because I find this is quite nice with red lip as well. It's like slightly more pinky pearl. And then I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Sculpt brush, and I'm going to dab a little bit of that into the bronzer colour, but I'm going to wipe quite a bit up on the back of my hand so it's not too strong. And I'm just going to take that through the contours of Carrie's face and blend it upwards a little bit as well, because I think I want less of a blusher look and more of a contour look with a red lip. I'm just blending that through. It's nice, this brush, because you can just follow down from the top of the ear towards the lip, but make sure it starts to blend out when you become in line with the nose. So that's the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Thank you so much, Carrie, for being part of Harry Makes It Up and modelling for us. Carrie does have a YouTube channel coming out very soon.
Very soon.
I don't think you're allowed to say anything, are you? It's all, is it hush?
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. So we'll put all her social media links below, so you can follow her blog as well at wishwishwish.net. 3 wishes.
That's the one.
That's the one. And we'll pop all her social media links so you can follow Carrie and make sure you find out when her YouTube's out. And I'll probably put a link anyway on my channel when Carrie's channel is up and running. But thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will see you soon. Thanks, bye.